Let's F it go. It is 2024, the end of quarter three. Quarter four's been starting. The halving has happened, and we're going to talk about some big coins from Bitcoin to where it's headed. It's sort of stalled. The accumulation phase is started again. It didn't get rejected. Ethereum, what the hell is going on with Ethereum? It can't go anywhere. It just wants to go kaput. Everybody and their mom says Ethereum is dead and Solana is the king, and Sui that everyone used to hate because it was created by the Libra guys from Facebook, big tech, evil tech, that's gonna flip ETH. And then XRP, oh no, it's a security. Well, we've got all sorts of crazy news that has happened and what is going on. It is just a wonderful time to be in crypto, and you are early. You are freaking early. And yes, the bull crypto sniper, let's effing go. So currently I have a trade open that is about $200,000 on Ethereum. And yeah, why did I get Ethereum? This is my target, is the $3,500 to $3,700 range. That's where I see us going. ETH has been lacking below everybody. It hasn't been moving. And why hasn't it been moving? Well, it's been loading up. Here we have this flag. We have a flag, and now we are making somewhat of a descending triangle, or could be a falling wedge. I would kind of like to call it more of a falling wedge, just a traditional flag. Let's just go with traditional flag. And that target is going to bring right up in here. And there's nothing for me to say that Ethereum is going to zero or it's going back home. It's going back to 2,700. This 2,700 mark in this box is potentially never going to see again. It's lagging behind every other coin, because if you look at every other coin, they have been freaking hauling effing ass, and we've got Ethereum just not doing much. Ethereum, from this time last bull cycle, you had Bitcoin when it was kind of reaching its peak around 63 and Ethereum was at 48. Now we're not even close. Ethereum is only 38% away from its all-time highs. So it's one of those things that I really believe that should be pumping more. And just another thing to share, everybody that's been saying that Ethereum is effing dead, why the hell is BlackRock, freaking having inflows of $500 million for this sucker? You really think Larry Fink knows that he's going to want a ETF that's going to go to zero? No, right? Yes, of course, Bitcoin, their ETF is flipped gold at this point, but Ethereum is right there as far as utilities here. But everyone is super stoked about Doge and XRP. We will get into that as well. Since I'm just starting off with this, let me look at, that is not the one that I want to look at. I want to let everybody know about Ethereum at first, because that's honestly the one that I am most enjoying at the moment, because I have a $200,000 trade open. And why would I want nothing else? Because I told you what my target is, and that target is going to make me about 18 grand if that's where it goes. So we've got how many liquidations? Okay, is that really only about $3 million worth of leverage here? Everyone's been liquidated already. Everyone's been liquidated after this big move on Ethereum. Big move on Ethereum. On the hourly, it's been the last 2 hours really that we have jumped up, but now we are getting rejected, and this is turning into a Harami candle. I'm like, come on, can we just get above the rejection? Okay, let's just stop getting in this area. Boom, we're getting stuck. Why are we getting stuck between 3,000 and 3,200? ETH, as soon as it breaks, man, it's going to explode, right? And here, back to what I was talking about with the liquidations. Liquidations are set right above 3,200. I believe those guys are going to be SOL. All right, let's talk about Bitcoin for just a moment here. Bitcoin hasn't really been moving as much. It's been just consolidating. If I go to the daily, look at this sucker. We have this massive run up, Okay. And then now we're making a symmetric triangle. And usually symmetric triangles break out, especially when they're bullish. At the bottom of a trend, not so much, but bullish. As far as, let me get rid of Market Cipher at the moment. Okay. I don't want Market Cipher on here. It's a little bit interesting. I need more simplistic. RSI. What is the RSI telling us? RSI is saying that it's overbought here on the daily, on the weekly. It is moving into overbought range. That's okay. You can stay overbought for an extended period of time. This price target is relatively around that $100,000. Okay. If I am looking at the move to here, all right. What is our next golden pocket? Our next golden pocket is right around that 110 as far as the Fibonacci extensions. We have yet to break below $85,000. This is just an accumulation before we just hit the effing move. Yet again, when it comes to liquidations for Bitcoin, I'm assuming it's going to be right around the 93,000. Okay. Yeah. 92,929 is good. The big one of about 200 million. And then you got another one above 93, 400,000 people using high leverage, right? That are going to just get wiped out here. And if I look anything else, let's go to, this is the other thing that I wanted to talk about. Not that one. Where the heck did I put it? I saved that sucker. Save that sucker. Oh, because we've got big news. I'll just do it. Okay. Bitcoin Reserve USA China. Okay. Images. This guy. This is what I wanted to show everybody is the United States holds $13 billion worth of Bitcoin at the moment. China still holds $12 billion. If they thought it was a POS coin, they wouldn't be holding onto the reserve. We've got Donald Trump having a meeting with Brian Armstrong, one of the biggest exchanges here in America for Coinbase. They are talking about what reform is going to look like for crypto. And I'll get with that because that is why XRP has been pumping so much, is because the SEC chairman, Gary Gensler, basically said a farewell speech, right? And XRP goes through the moon because everyone was calling that a security, but it's not, right? The Ripple CEO, they're all going. It's a very centralized coin, but it's very fast as far as payment processing. So I'm honestly a big proponent of XRP, not financial advice, but it's like my fourth biggest position. And I have a belief that as far as the utility, the fundamentals of it are strong. That can have a very strong use case, because I hate waiting till Monday to wire out money something. It's much easier to send money via crypto. You could send it midnight on a Saturday night and you get it inside of 3-4 minutes, no matter how big it is, whether it's $1 million or freaking $1 billion here. But my point being is that Trump is potentially going to talk about a Bitcoin reserve. And if they get $1 million, $1 million Bitcoin, dude, it's going to create a massive FOMO, right? Us retail investors, we already FOMO. We've been foaming into Doge, Peanut, Shiba Inu, all whiff coin, everything. We're like, hey, it's going on the moon. I need to get in. And then it crashes. I'm not a big proponent of memes, but you can make a lot of money. But the problem with memes is you end up being attached to the bags, right? You end up, it's like the whole GameStop phenomenon. Okay. Oh, GameStop hit $400. I must liquidate the second mortgage. Give me a second mortgage. I need to put it in there. And so let's just say you double your money, right? Well, then you have that thought in your head that I'm going to triple my money. I'm going to quadruple my money. So you watch it go all the way down to zero. That's why it's very important to invest into solid fundamental assets, because they can withstand that. They won't go to zero. They'll go low, but they won't go to zero. And let's talk about XRP. Well, let's just show a chart of XRP. Come on, Ethereum. Why are you just hovering? You were over 3,200. Come on. Let's get this over with. The daily candle has closed. I want to see this sucker just keep moving up. What are we doing? Stop stalling. You got that boner candle right here. That is a boner candle because from the top, we've gone down freaking 11%. What has Bitcoin done? What was Bitcoin's retracement? If it even had one besides this triangle here. Bitcoin's retracement has been 8%. Okay, let's look at XRP now. Okay, I'd love looking at that boner candle. Look at that boner candle. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, biggest bag is XRP, XLM, HBAR, XLM, right up there with XRP. Unfortunately, just my opinion, I sold it. I sold all my XLM and I invested it in ETH. You know, that is what I did. Okay. But we had a yearly all-time high of 126. Man, I remember buying this sucker when it was getting delisted off the exchange. I was calling up everybody going, hey guys, you should buy some of this. Coinbase is not going to remove it, remove your tokens, but they're going to remove it. So nobody can buy it. If you wanted to buy it, you're going to have to use a VPN or something. And most of the people, they ended up selling it, which was rough. But what is this move that we've had since the rumors of Gary Gensler? 85%. My God. Don't you wish you just freaking had 150x leverage on XRP and you just, you know, leveraged your entire life? That is actually really bad advice. You know me on this channel. It is 5 to 10x. That is it. We're not trying to get greedy. We're already greedy enough and risky. 5 is the sweet spot. 5, 5, 5. If you have $1 million, 5x is 5 million. Do you need more than that? No. $20,000, 5x. That's $100,000. Come on. Let's not sit here and be greedy. But 100x on that, you could have, gosh, what would that be? Quite a bit more, you know, $1 million, 10 million. I think it might be 10 million. That is freaking insane. But let's zoom out a little bit here. Zoom out a little bit. Look at that. Where is the resistance happening for XRP here? I want a long deal. Boom, boom, boom. And you could have just seen this. You could have instantly seen that we were going to stop. A lot of people might have thought that we would have stopped at 130, but that's, again, one of the reasons why I tell you when it comes to your price targets that you have to wiggle with them, right? You can't just say, hey, my price target for Bitcoin is 100,000. I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin retraces at 99.5 or 99.2 or maybe even 101 and some change. It's not going to stop right there. And chances of you hitting that, I mean, you're already like 90% to your take profits. So don't be greedy, right? And this is what happened with the traders that are doing XRP is we have this massive weekly candle, boom, 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 that's up 80%, and it gets stopped right in its tracks at $1.25 and gets rejected, right? And then we found some support. Where was that support? You could have said support was here. And a lot of wishers are going to really want support under $1. That didn't happen. They got left out of the game. Now we're playing this in this range area here. So really the next target is the 130 for XRP. Maybe a little bit less than that. Maybe 128 is really what I would be searching for here. That is what I am looking at. You know, same thing what I showed you guys here just recently on my ETH trade is that's where I have this target here, right? Because truthfully, the target should be right around the 4,000, but we keep getting rejected right at 3,500, and I want to see it punch. I want to see it punch there, but it might not. So truthfully, I might never get to that target. Okay, that's really not my target. And if you guys are wondering what this red line is for me, it is right around that 3,000. I've got the alert set to where I need to basically think about getting out of my position if we go below 3,000, because I don't want to lose my entire, gosh, I've got the trade that I have open right now is like 27,000 of my own money. And you know, I'm borrowing 170, no, that would be 150,000 for it. But come on, ETH, what the hell are we doing here? Why are we going down? I want to see the pump. Let's see the pump. Come on, it is Monday. Usually markets pump more Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, right? Then they start to fade out. And usually the weekend, usually on most weekends, more often than not, we ended up seeing pullbacks. Again, because of those CME gaps, because Wall Street has a big hard on for crypto at the moment. We are so attached to Wall Street in the traditional markets. It's a little ridiculous at the moment. Here, what does Mars say? Don't judge me, Johnny. I have 100,000 in Dogecoin, 18,000 invested. I have full conviction. Oh, so you're using leverage? That looks to me like you're using 5x or so, which good for you. I really do think Doge is going to go to over $1. And this last bull market, I would say it's a joke, because Doge is for me fundamentally flawed, right? The only thing that it has that's beneficial is a massive use case. Okay. Hey, appreciate it. No, sir. No, sir. Well, good for you, dude. Well, I'm glad you're not using leverage on it, because here, let me just pop open a Dogecoin chart, okay? Because like, hey, I will use leverage on XRP. I will use leverage on big caps, right? And again, it's that 5 to 10x. That's the sweet spot. Sweet spot. Mars, smart man for not using any leverage. And truthfully, guys, man, this bull cycle is going to be a massive meme coin cycle, because there's just it's a new genre of people. It's a new hype. Look at what Peanut did and everything, right? You're just throwing, it's a .com boom where you just change your name to .com and it's going to go up. You have the most ridiculous meme coin. You could potentially make some money at it. But again, fundamentally, a lot of those stuff is flawed because there's no utility. There's no use case behind it to keep it around long term. And yes, there will be a bunch of people that argue with me because of, hey, you could definitely use this because Dogecoin is essentially an old version of Bitcoin. But what is Bitcoin? Is Bitcoin ever going to be used as cash? No, it's too slow. The network cannot withstand that many transactions. It'll flood everything over and it'll get incredibly expensive, but it can be digital gold. But who am I to say that Doge can't be digital gold as well, especially when you've got the Department of Government Efficiency that Elon Musk is going to run? You really think that he named it Doge just because? No, it's definitely correlated to that. So there is a move there. There's definitely a move there. I just want to warn people that when you are using leverage on meme coins, it's incredibly dangerous because these suckers move fast, right? Like Doge, look at this. Boom. Over the last 200%. You don't think that sucker has the ability to go down that much? And just think, if you use 10x leverage, you could only withstand, like a 10% move before you are out of the game. Even if you use 2% leverage, you could withstand a 50% move. But look at this. This is a 200% move, right? So if you were short here, you got liquidated of everything, right? Not cool. So leverage on meme coins is incredibly dangerous. If you're going to use, or if you want to get into the meme stuff, I say just go buy it. Just go buy it. Buy and hold for a while. And you should be safe if you hold for potentially this time next year. Bull markets tend to last around 18 months. Bear markets are 12 to 36 months. We just got over a recession, and it's complete bullshit. Whatever the government here in the United States said, we weren't in a recession. It's 2 declining quarters of GDP. We ended up with like 8 quarters of almost 2 years straight of declining growth domestic product, and they changed the definition. It's complete bullshit, but that's where we live right now. That's why this election was more so not so much a battle for free speech, but it was a battle of data, number one. And number two, it was the war between old news and new news. And this is kind of like the internet, the influencers, the Joe Rogans, the poly markets, the decentralized markets, the Web3s that are coming in that are telling you actual freaking data. And yeah, you guys all agree it was definitely a recession. It was hard to make money, but now we can enjoy the fruits. We can enjoy the fruits that is coming this year. So basically, I urge, this isn't financial advice. I'm just saying that if I'm speaking to my family members, right? I'm saying buy dips. Let's try not to get greedy, buy dips. But then once Coinbase and Binance end up on like the top 3 of the App Store, it's time to start thinking, maybe we should be holding back here and not get so greedy, because retail FOMO is going to hit hard. And, your mom and your grandma and everybody are going to call in, and they're going to think that you are the smartest person in the world. But everyone that has been in crypto, like here, let me just look at the Dogecoin chart again. All right. And even though that this is on, here, different chart. Okay. So that we can see it a little bit better. Month. No, 1 month. That is what I want. Look at this guy. Scary. Okay. Boom. We go from 70 cents all the way down. Dogecoin crashed by 92%. Oh, I feel for everybody that held on to that stuff. Oh, and this was basically the top was when Elon Musk went on to Saturday Night Live and he was making fun of it. Oh, such a bummer. But now we have an opportunity where I do think it's potentially going to hit back up there again. Okay. And on the weekly chart, we are hitting resistance. I need to move a different one. We are hitting resistance right at that 43, right? That's just a pause. All this stuff is just a pause in the markets as of right now. Every time we hit some resistance, it is just a people taking profits, because traders take profits. Investors don't, right? I've got 2 different types. I do a lot of trading on this channel, but the majority of my bags are just buy and hold. The profits I make from trading, they go into a HODL wallet. I've got some other things that I'm trying to buy my wife a TRD Pro Sequoia, right? I got a TRD Pro truck that I absolutely love, right? And so I want to do it for my wife. So I'm going to ease some of the profits and move it over to there. But overall, I'm going to put this stuff into Bitcoin, in the coins that I believe in, right? But when it comes to traders, they take profits, right? Investors, they don't take profits. Dun, dun, dun. So looking at Bitcoin, Bitcoin, F you Ethereum with this. God damn, man. Can you just do something already? Like poke it with a stick, like just move, right? I want to get to my price target of 3,500. Like just do something. But everyone is taking profits. Again, it is just a pause here, because if I zoom in, let me zoom into a different chart because it's easier to see, because I have all my alerts, because, this is how I manage my trades. Okay. This is how I manage my trades. These little lines here are notifications. So if I'm sleeping or if I'm out and about having dinner with the wife, like, hey, boom, boom, boom. Oh, maybe check what's going on. Hey, you hit target, that's how I manage stuff. All right. And TradingView is great for that. The S&P 500, it was up today. How much up? We are about $100 from open. We are about $100 from the all-time high of 6,000, right? We've tested out of this ascending triangle and we've broken out. And truthfully, this target was over 6,200, but still watching, the stock market is going decently up. But here, my point, I was talking about ETH, right? And what really was I talking about ETH? Oh, that I wanted to do something, right? That I wanted to move and it's not moving. It's just being stuck. Oh, I was showing you why people are taking profits. Okay. Because it's just that even number. It's the arbitrary number of freaking 3,200 is why people are taking profits. And you could literally draw it on a chart that why it's hard to break through, right? It's the bottom of this, here on the weekly, right? And here, let me make this a different color just so it's easier to see. What color should I make it? Let's make it black. Okay. Black, like black. Okay. Yep. Top of the range here, bottom of the range on this one, right? So just a small pause is what it is. Just pause, and then we need a breakthrough. And the way I like to look at stuff is in a downward trending market, once you hit the ceiling, chances are you're not going to break through it. You're going to dive back down and hit support, and then support, you're going to jump on basically some plywood, and it's only going to take a few times before the plywood in the floor just falls out, right? But now it's reversed because we're in a bull market. So right now, trying to short is not your best idea, because a market can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent. And there was people that lost $200 billion trying to short Bitcoin. Last week I made 15 grand trading, but I lost $4,500 because you know what I try to do? I try to effing short ETH at my profit target at 3,000, right? And what happened? What happened to ETH at 3,000? Here's 3,000. This was back right here. What did it do? It just blew right past it, right? So I had to think. I'm like, what do I do? 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 I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to be wrong. But you know what? I pulled out. I took a loss of 4,500, and then I ended up making 7 after that. So boom. Okay. Last week, this week I made 55, and I'd like to make more. But if this trade, I might end up losing if we drop back below the 3,000. So we will see here. But it is looking like we are seeing some sort of resistance right at 3,200, and we have for a few days. So we just got to break out of that sucker. So Mars says you've been DCing for 4 years. Good for you, buddy. Good for you. And then I am in 2X, right? Good for you. Good for you guys. Like, anything I want to teach everybody on my channel is because I've lost almost $1 million, right? And that burns. That really, really stings. Okay. Because it's something of losing money. Yeah, cool. But when you lose life-changing money, that's bad, right? But I've been trading for 4.5 years. Okay. And this is truthfully, if I'm being honest, right? Since the start of 2024 has been my first year that I have been positive. Okay. Because I used to use really high leverage, and it wasn't that I was wrong, right? Like, my technical analysis has been really good. It's been really spot on. But the timing wasn't completely correct, and I wasn't giving myself a lot of wiggle room. So there's been lots of big aha moments, and investing wise, I've done exceptionally well, right? Not to boast, but just, I'm here to teach, here to help. But this is Johnny Crypto. I'm here to help you guys make some money. So thank you, everybody that's been along in the chat. Try to get this guy to, let's say 15 likes. Give 15 likes. Till next time.